everybody in the world knows who Amadeus, Sabre, Travel Sky maybe are. Maybe Hitit isn't quite so well known, but just give us the very quick story of Hitit.
Sure. So we are actually one of the big guys, we want to think, but maybe not in name, but certainly in deeds. So based on T2RL's data, we are the second largest PSS provider in Europe, not counting the ones under sanctions, let's say, so in the free markets, and third largest globally. So it's Amadeus, including Navitaire, Sabre, including Radix, and then us. We do the whole breadth of airline solutions from PSS to operations, cargo, accounting, everything. And obviously, in the last couple of years, we've been very heavily investing in offers and orders and airline retailing as well. And we are actually among the leading implementers in this area.
Yeah, well, I'm certainly going to come on to talk to you about offers and orders and Oxygen, but just a little bit about your kind of regional location. Obviously, you're a Turkish company. You've got some very big customers in Turkey, but in the last few years, you've also been acquiring customers really around the globe.
That's correct. The company is headquartered in Istanbul, but I'm based in Amsterdam, for example. After COVID, we have gone fully remote, and now we have employees in 25 countries, more or less. We are around 500 people in 25 countries. And when it comes to customers, I'm trying to remember the numbers because we are publicly traded, so I have to stick to the public numbers. I think 72 is the latest count, 72 airlines in more than 50 countries. And that's all on the continent. So we have people, like customers in North America all the way to Australia, actually. So we are present everywhere except China and Russia, let's say. But as you said, we started in EMEA, let's say, but really expanded into the Americas and Southeast Asia and Australia, Oceania in the last couple of years. That's correct.
Okay, and we've been very much participating in the move that the industry is now making towards a new type of commercial systems. So systems based on offers and orders. Your PSS has been very successful, but you're now moving on from that. So talk a little bit about Oxygen.
Sure. So we've been for a long time saying, obviously we are trying to catch up to Sabre and Amadeus. Amadeus looks quite insurmountable, but we've always been saying, they've been around for much longer than we are. If we were starting at the start line, all of us today, we would actually be ahead of them. That's been our motto for the last 10 whatever years. And with airline retailing, we all get that fresh start actually. So we've always been quite close to what airline retailing is trying to do, this omni-channel approach, a lot of self-service, this visibility, so all of that we try to bake into the PSS already, but as much as you can do with the existing data standards. So when airline retailing came around, we were positioned quite well to leverage what we had already into a new type of system. And Oxygen, we launched it back in Geneva this year in the IATA Offers and Orders forum, and it's live with Pegasus Airlines, completely live. It's not a POC. It's been live with them for 3 years now, and based on our count, it's currently the largest live offers and orders implementation in the world.
Yeah, I think from what I understand, Pegasus isn't putting all of its business through Oxygen yet. It still has some in the...
Yeah, they started with their indirect sales channels as the first phase, but they are putting all of their indirect sales channels. So that's like 130 destinations in 50 countries, 12 million passengers per year. They are putting all of it into Oxygen. And we're going to talk more about this in a presentation tomorrow as well. But latest numbers from Pegasus, they already migrated 45% of their volumes, and they're aiming to finish by the end of this year.
Okay, I mean, that's, as you say, that's very impressive. There have been some offers and orders systems in the market already, but I do think that as of right now, sort of September 2025, you do have more live use of offers and orders than anyone else, which is quite the achievement. So what is the impact for the airline in moving to Oxygen from Crane?
Sure. We actually, the way it started, it wasn't even a technical project, right? We started talking with not just business, but with pretty much everybody on, hey guys, this is what's coming down the pipeline, this is how it's going to affect you. And if we imagine ourselves 5 years, 10 years, whatever down the line, where do we see ourselves? And then we worked our way back from there together with the airline. Because you can do a couple of things. You can do like revenue uplift, you can do cost saving, you can do better customer engagement. So they had their priorities. And the way it started, it was their decision to start with the indirect channels. And I was actually talking with Pegasus people earlier today, and they said the passengers started to see the difference already because they are pushing more ancillaries, more bundles, more customizations to their indirect channels now. And they have quite heavy traffic between Turkey and a lot of European destinations, for example, and they have their hand on the pulse of the customer in that regions as well. They're already hearing positive feedback from more choice when booking through travel agents, better, or like order management. People don't say order management, of course, but they say, oh, I can better see if my flight is canceled and stuff like that, right? So they're already hearing positive chatter from the actual end passengers, which was the goal, obviously.
And that was definitely going to be one of my next questions is, we in the industry get quite excited about the move to offers and orders and the end of PNRs and the end of tickets and all of that stuff. But do our actual end customers see a difference? And I think you're telling me, yes, they do.
Yeah,
they might not know what the difference is.
Yeah,
but
they're probably thinking, Pegasus started selling more ancillaries or something like that, right? But actually, they are just moving the ancillaries they had on their direct channels into the indirect channels. Next one is, they want to do GDS, they want to do the distribution first, but then it's going to come in with more orders. You can, all the stuff we have seen on stage, right? You can split a booking between friends. Everybody can pay their share. You can add things, subtract things. So all of that's going to trickle down eventually. But today, what the passengers are seeing is more rich content, more choice in more places, basically, which is a good start.
So you say you're going to, or Pegasus is going to move into GDS distribution. Is that GDS using NDC or is that traditional legacy?
They've been trying to move some GDSs into offers and orders based distribution as well, which is with both two large GDSs, their PSS business is very much active in this, and their GDS business is kind of lagging behind, obviously. So they are trying to bring one of them to the table. I won't say which one, for next year. And they're a sizable airline. They're not one of the largest, but they have 40 million passengers. So they're decent size. So they have some regional pull in EMEA, especially. So if they can expand their offers and orders content and passenger capabilities, let's say, into the GDS channel as well, then that covers all of their bases because their direct channels is already there, right? So they are trying to dot the I's and cross the T's, basically.
What's next? So Pegasus is clearly a great launch customer for you. You've got a very long-standing relationship with Pegasus anyway, but have you got other Oxygen customers in the pipeline?
Yeah, we are talking with 5 more airlines right now. In Asia, let's say another one in Europe and one in Americas. I'm actually, when I get back here, I'm just staying one day at home and then I'm flying out somewhere. We are kind of doing like a road show, let's say, because that's how we engage with Pegasus as well, right? It's not like there is this new software, would you guys like to buy it? It's like, hey, there's this digital transformation coming down the line. I'm sure you guys heard about it, and this is how it can help you. Let's figure it out together, right? So we are now engaging in that kind of discussions with 5 more airlines in the first phase. They will move at their own pace, obviously. It's not 5 of them are gonna sign up by next month, but we'll go by phases, do these road shows. Some of them are virtual, some of them are more face-to-face. But that's the idea, and hopefully we'll keep our edge and first mover advantage in this area.
So I'm really interested, you talked about the airlines you're going to be talking to that are in the pipeline, and you reeled off a couple of geographical regions, on opposite sides of the world. So do you find that airlines in different geographies have different emphasis in what they're looking for out of an offers and orders system?
That's a good one. I wouldn't cut them through geographies, but more like business models, perhaps, not even like a business mentality, because when we say Pegasus is the one that went live with offers and orders, people were like, but they're a low cost. We thought low cost said lower interest in offers and orders, right? But it's a mentality on if you can visualize a clear destination. I want to do X, and we are trying to help airlines to come up with that first step, right? I want to do X. I want to cut my distribution costs. I want to omni-channel my products. I want to engage my customers better. So once you can get that going, regardless of airline size, because we have all the way from tier 1s to tier 4s, right? So regardless of airline size, regardless of their business model, then you can get them on board. I haven't observed any difference in regions myself. I think it's more like a business approach and business mentality first.
Okay, I mean, in our experience, there are some quite different drivers, say in Asia Pacific, where group business is much more important, say, than in Europe or North America. But I guess airlines everywhere are all looking to reduce their costs, enhance their revenue, improve their customer
And
servicing.
that X factor can be something different for each airline, but as long as they can visualize a pathway to it, then the discussion goes along.
Okay, and as you said, Hitit went public a couple of years ago now, and I think on the whole it's been a pretty successful experience
Well,
for
it's
you.
been, for our investors, they are quite happy, I want to say. Yeah, we've been going public more to, put ourselves out there. It's not like a financing need or anything. It's more like, hey guys, we are this established company on the stock exchange and everything. And I think that helped us to put us on the stage more, because we've been fighting the good fight for a long while. But as you also said at the beginning, like a brand recognition wise, I think we have some way to go perhaps. And this is one way of putting our more established, corporate entity out there.
Yeah, I think you're in the process of moving from the category of best kept secret to being a real major player.
Hopefully the worst kept secret in the industry.
Exactly, and I think that's great, and I'm really happy to have you here, and I'm really happy that we've had this conversation. So
Likewise, thanks for having me.
thank you very much.
Pleasure, thank you.